welcome to your favorite travel show, that is Tourismus Namibia. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura, and of course, we will be giving you the latest news in the industry, give you tips on where you should travel, and of course, we discuss interesting topics in Namibia and beyond the Namibian borders, getting into what you can expect in today's broadcast. Under topics, we discuss the latest occupancy numbers, increased possibilities of wildfires and poaching numbers. On the destinations, we visit Khamkirri near Kakamas in South Africa, and we also have a look at Shafa's Guesthouse in Rundu. Under To The Point, Nelson Ashipala announces that he is leaving the tourism industry and Namibia Wildlife Resorts, where he has worked as a spokesperson for the company. And we also talk about a British national who has been arrested in Namibia for allegedly sexually molesting minors and taking nude photographs. We'll be right back with this and more on the other side of this. First up on our topics, occupancy. The average national room occupancy of just under 55% for April 2025 is more than 3% lower than the same month last year, but comparable with the occupancy of April 2019. Now, according to the CEO of the Hospitality Association of Namibia, Gita Pai, told Central Europe still dominates the tourism flows to Namibia, with more than 60% of guests and more than 3% from the UK and USA, respectively. She said that the South African market constitutes some 7% of tourism numbers at establishments, with SADC and the rest of Africa adding just under 2% to the formal guest register. Paito added that judging from the visible number of fully equipped rental vehicles at tourism hotspots such as Swakopmund and Sossusvlei, as well as national parks, the tourism sector remains vibrant and dynamic, with the self-drive tourism market still dominating Namibia's tourism flow. Getting into our next topic, we're taking a look at wildfire risk. The Environment Ministry has urged the public to be vigilant and take requisite precautions towards wildfires. The ministry has conducted fuel load assessments across the country and found that the fuel load is very high and wildfire risk is real and imminent at the moment. Good rainfall received over the past rainy season led to increased vegetation cover, which increased the risk of wildfires. Some parts of Namibia are already experiencing dry and seasonal strong windy conditions, which are conducive for wildfires to spread. So do heed the call. In our next topic, rhino poaching. 15 rhinos have been poached to date this year. The Tourism Ministry said that as part of their biannual report on wildlife crime and law enforcement, they will issue a detailed statement on the matter in June, including updates on poached animals, suspected arrests, items confiscated, and general crime prevention strategies put in place. In 2024, Namibia experienced a particularly severe year for rhino poaching, with 81 rhinos illegally killed. Authorities arrested 77 suspects in connection with rhino-related crimes. Meanwhile, farmers have expressed concern about increasing sightings of drones which might be connected to poaching or theft incidents. According to the Namibia Agricultural Union, drones are becoming a nuisance across the country as more farmers and people living in rural areas report sightings of drones, especially at night. Now that concludes our topics, but do let us know in the comment section on our social media pages what you guys think of these stories. Moving on, we will be taking a look at the destinations that you must visit. Our first stop in our destinations, we're at Khamkirri. Philip van Zyl tells us more about the accommodation and activities offered at Khamkirri, situated a mere 25 minutes drive from Kakamas and 14 kilometers upstream from the Agrabis Falls National Park. Let's have a look.
Hello, my name is Philippa van Sale and I'm the owner of Khamkirri. We are a beautiful family holiday destination here in the Northern Cape and offering phenomenal activities, fun, leisure and great things for family and friends. We opened up here in 2015. We did the big trek up from Natal and we decided to start our lives up in this magnificent place. So our main objective is for friends and family to come and enjoy, have a wonderful time, relax, unwind, and just basically spend time reconnecting with the busy lifestyles that everybody has. We've got a variety of accommodation options for you. People can come and camp, more luxurious actually, with your beautiful private bathrooms, lovely grasses to relax and catch a bit of sun under. We've got some luxury tents that you can enjoy if you don't want to do the full camping experience. And then we've got beautiful luxurious cabins that you can also come and relax and put your feet up and watch the river flow by. Anything ranging from 2 to 6 people are available. And even if you're not staying with us, we've got a very, very good bar and restaurant that you can come and enjoy with world-class food, overlooking this beautiful river. Come and enjoy it and spend time with the people you love. We've also got a very nice variety of activities that you can do. We've got sunset barge river cruises. We've got nature paddling experiences, which is a 3-kilometer fun for the whole family to enjoy. So from young to old, you can enjoy that. We tailor make that so that everybody gets to enjoy an experience. It's not a full down the river, but it's just enough to whet your appetite for more. And for then the more adrenaline seekers, you can, book something a little bit longer at a later stage. We do stand-up paddle boarding. We do lovely 5 and 10 kilometer walk and trails that you can explore for mountain biking, running, or just, nature enthusiasts that want to look at the fauna, flora, and do some birding. The bird life is fantastic. Fishing, you can fly fish, you can bait fish, anything actually, but you'll definitely catch a lot of fish. We do all catch and release though here. So if you're looking to do fishing for the pot, this isn't the spot, but you can definitely catch something, take a nice photo, give it a kiss and put it back in the water. Other than that, we do...
All right, getting into our next destination, we are at Shafa's Guesthouse. In our episode today, we do speak to Ruswa Ngihisetelwa, manager at Shafa's Guesthouse and Lounge in Rundu, Kavango East. She discusses the fine cuisine, warm hospitality, and standout services they offer in the heart of the river town. I am planning to go to visit Rundu, and I will be taking a look at these guest house. But if you have been there or are planning to do, let us know. And on that note, let's take a look at Shafa's Guest House.
Hi, my name is Rusa Ngishtelwa, manager at Shafa's Guesthouse and Lounge. We are situated in Queen's Park by the main road of Sauyema, Rundu, Kavango East region. I started working here when the place was established, which was last year, 2024 in March. Room is 550 per night without breakfast, and then with breakfast for 2, it's 680 Namibian dollars. And then if it's 1 person, it's 650 Namibian dollars per night. We are mostly fully booked, and most of our guests are foreigners, like mostly from America, European countries, and currently we are having South Africans. We also have a conference hall which can accommodate 220 people, but it can also be splitted into 2 sections. And lately we had Kakamas Regional Council, and we also had for Ministry of Health. And then we also offer, if you perhaps you want to have your NDA function, we can also accommodate you for that. For part-times, it's 2,500 Namibian dollars. And then for the whole day, let me say it's 3,000, which includes sweets and water in the package. From different countries, mostly in the, let me say, Europe countries. It's a bit difficult, but yeah, you just have to try. Yeah, but normally we only use English. We have 15 employees in total, which includes receptionists, chefs, cleaners, and waitresses. Food, we have Shafa salad. It's very nice. You can try it if you want to, but I'm saying that one, it's nice. It's the best. I will try. We also have pizza. Mostly the pizza will go for chicken a la king. It's a very nice one. You can try it. Drinks, we have wines, we have cocktails. You can try also our cocktails. They are very nice. We also have our special cocktails, Shafa's cocktail. You guys, you should just come try it. It's very nice. You guys, you should come try Shafa's Guesthouse. Our rooms, they are very nice, very clean and neat. We give the best. We give the best of the best. You can find us on booking.com, and we are also on social media platform, which is Facebook, Instagram, and you can also get us on TikTok.
That concludes our destination. On the other side of the break, we will be taking a look at To The Point. Getting into our To The Point segment, a British national has been arrested in Namibia for allegedly sexually molesting minors and taking nude photographs of them. Please note that all photos used in the release report are for illustrative purposes only. Now, according to a BBC report by Wycliffe Muir, Douglas Robert Broke is also accused of touching the children inappropriately while on holiday in central Namibia. Police said the suspect targeted young boys and girls from the indigenous San community in the central Oshotho region. The 65-year-old Breton faces 38 charges, including rape, indecent assault, and child exploitation. Namibia local media reported the British national, who arrived in Namibia last week for a holiday, is yet to respond to the charges. He was arrested on Sunday after he allegedly lured 34 young children with sweets and money to take their photos while they were naked. The UK Foreign Office said it was in contact with the local authorities regarding a British man who had been arrested in Namibia. Maureen Mbeha, a regional police boss, told state media that the tourists sexually abused 16 teenage girls and 14 boys. Some of the nude photographs of the children were reportedly found on the Breton's camera, which was confiscated by police after his arrest. The Namibia Press Agency reported that the accused had appeared in the Grootfontein Magistrate Court on Tuesday, where he was denied bail and remanded in custody. The case was postponed to next month after the state prosecutor requested more time for investigations. Now, Information Minister Emma Chiafelis told the BBC that Brooke will remain in custody. In a statement, the Namibian Ministry of Environment and Tourism said the actions were deeply disrespectful to the cultural heritage of the San community, adding that it is unacceptable for any visitor, foreign or local, to exploit or objectify indigenous communities or their children for any purpose, including photography. This begs the question, how far is too far when taking photos of locals when visiting foreign countries? When photographing locals while traveling abroad, the line between cultural appreciation and intrusion can be thin. However, too far often being when consent is ignored. Taking photos of people, especially close-up, without their explicit permission can be intrusive. This is particularly sensitive in cultures where personal space, privacy, or spiritual beliefs are deeply valued. Always ask first, either verbally or with a respectful gesture. In our next topic, Nelson Ashipala sits down with NMH journalist Elani Smith as he announces that he is leaving the tourism industry and Namibia Wildlife Resorts, where he has worked as a spokesperson for the company. He discusses what he has learned and will miss from the tourism industry. Let's have a look at this.
The tourism industry is one of those industries where I've worked positively in. I've actually very much enjoyed. I've enjoyed clients giving positive feedback, clients getting to enjoy Namibia. When I joined the industry, I had zero skills basically in tourism, besides also me being a tourist. And most of my traveling was mostly international. But having to experience the flora and fauna of Namibia, I actually felt very, very excited having to join this industry. It is perhaps one of the fastest growing industries in the country. It is the third highest contributor to GDP. Personally, I still hold the opinion that tourism should perhaps be the second highest contributor, if not the first highest contributor, because what it does in terms of employment, I feel there are still those pockets of incomes that aren't really recorded. So it should be higher. But when I joined 4 years ago, it was quite exciting for me. I was excited because I was going to bring in new ideas. I had new ideas that I could bring in. I had new concepts of client experience, tourism experience. Having to see clients having a smile on the face once they see the big foreign Tosha. Also learning much more about the tourism triangle and knowing that Namibia is beyond just your usual Swakopmund and Etosha, but there's more to it. There's what we call cultural tourism and so forth. I think it's an industry which I'll definitely miss. It's an industry that I'm actually grateful that I got to experience, but also it's an industry that I know will grow in leaps and bounds. When I joined Namibia Wildlife Resorts, for example, the challenge which was put on me by the leadership was quite simple. Bring us new ideas of what is happening out there. And I'm hoping I fulfill that mandate. I've brought in new niches or new niche of ideas that have actually attempted to grow the brand as Namibia's leading tourism company. And it was quite exciting. I'll definitely miss it. I will miss it because it has also allowed me to open a new perspective on what Namibia is. It has allowed me to experience different cultures that I knew existed, but I was never in depth into it. So, and with this, it's now me having to announce to say that I'll definitely be leaving the industry, but it's an industry that I've actually enjoyed, and one day I'm hoping I'll still come back. I'll still be involved in it. But most importantly, I've also worked with very, very great stakeholders. For example, you, Alani, as a journalist, I've actually enjoyed working with you. I've enjoyed working with government institutions. I've enjoyed working with trying to explore newer clients from Turkey, clients from the States, trying to open up new niche markets that we actually could not have offered to have experienced before, and mostly I enjoyed the industry when it was right after COVID, and there was a phenomenon which came in, which they call revenge tourism, something which I saw was very, very exciting, an influx of the world after opening up. All of a sudden, everybody wants to come to Namibia. So the industry is something I would actually wish everybody gets to experience. It's something like no other. Each client having their own needs, having to fulfill those needs. Having to put your clients first. If your client tells you, sorry, I don't eat whole wheat, and you're in the middle of a tosha and there's no other form of bread available, ensuring that you're flexible to feed this client, to experience, or for the client to experience this sort of new meal. So yeah, I will miss it, but I'll definitely still keep in touch with those that are within the industry. Right now, I'm looking forward to my resting. Obviously, whenever one leaves work, you always look forward to your rest. Most importantly, I'm looking forward to having to experience Namibia beyond me being a tourist. I'm looking forward to experiencing Namibia beyond me having to travel to Etosha for work. Now I can actually travel to Etosha in my leisure time. But I say, let us protect this industry. It's quite key. it's quite sad that so much was starting to happen when the industry was just starting to pick up. I'm talking about robberies on tourists. I'm talking about robberies or pickpocketing on tourists. We also saw the influx or the growth of what we call street kids, or perhaps kids that would not have anything to eat. And so this obviously started to paint a negative picture in Namibia, because many come to Namibia because of its safety net, because of the fact that our economy is stable, because of the fact that that we have infrastructure. One can drive through to the south, the north, without having to experience some form of damage on vehicles. So everything in Namibia basically works. So that's what makes tourism quite exciting. And then also the flora and fauna, like there's so many options. I've worked in this industry now for 4 years, and I can tell you there are still places I never got to experience. This is your Kaza areas. This is your Babwata National Park. I never got to experience that. And I think calling it an end now within the tourism industry, I can definitely get to experience this now on my own. So I think it was a nice journey, and I'll definitely still be available to offer my guidance to those that I could here and there and so forth. So yeah, this is my goodbyes, and it was nice being able to represent the face or the brand of tourism in Namibia. I thank you.
You haven't told us for who you are leaving us.
Yes, so for now it will be rest. I think with where I'm going, it will eventually one day come out. But for now, this means I'll be resting for a while. I'll be enjoying time with those that are close to me, with my family, and spending more time and getting to spend more time with those that I love, while I try to at least regroup myself and experience Namibia in a different capacity. Actually, that's one thing which I'm actually looking forward to. As one might know, I also had a very huge interest in farming. I would also like to revive that again. It's a hobby of mine. They say I have a green hand. So I have a green hand, and I like to revive what I used to love, and obviously come back with much more energy and so forth.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for spending your time with your favorite travel show, that is Tourismus Namibia. From me, Glenora Ashipala. Until next time.